It's 1 o'clock in Central Europe. The press is barred from jury selection in the Hearst trial.
AFN News from the wires of the AP and UPI.
Good morning, this is Milt Fullerton reporting. Federal Judge Oliver Carter has barred the press from his questioning of potential jurors in the Patricia Hearst trial on what they have read and heard about the case. The judge says he hopes to complete jury selection by the end of the court day so that opening arguments can begin tomorrow. He questioned each member of a panel of 36 potential jurors individually in a separate courtroom from the one where the press and the public were seated, and reporters were not allowed inside. President Ford has lost another round with Congress, the Senate voting, as the House had done earlier, to override the president's veto of a bill containing funds for the Departments of Labor and Health, Education, and Welfare. The Senate vote on the bill was 7 more than the two-thirds needed. With this action, Congress has written into law 8 of the 44 bills that Mr. Ford has vetoed. In advance of the Senate vote, the White House said the bill provides $1 billion more than the president had requested for the health and job programs. And the White House said the increases are unjustified, unnecessary, and unwise. The President and Secretary of State Henry Kissinger have expressed full support for United Nations Ambassador Daniel Patrick Moynihan. This follows disclosure of Moynihan's criticism of the State Department. In a cable designed to go to U.S. ambassadors overseas, Moynihan accused the department of failing to give him adequate backing in his campaign to break up third world blocs at the United Nations. Moynihan says the President called him Wednesday to express his complete confidence in the way U.S. policy is being carried out at the UN. Moynihan says that policy is one of sustained commitment to an effective and responsible United Nations, as an objective that he says can only be achieved by committed but candid American participation. Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin has told Congress that he'll go anywhere to meet with any Arab government leader at any time to achieve peace in the Middle East. But he says the success of such talks would depend upon the strength of Israel. Rabin's speech to Congress and his talks with President Ford and Secretary of State Kissinger earlier are designed to pressure the United States into restoring a threatened cut in military aid to Israel. Rabin proposes the reconvening of the Geneva Peace Conference as it originally was established after the Middle East War of 1973. There would be no invitation in that case for the Palestine Liberation Organization to participate in those talks. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff says Turkey, Portugal, and Morocco are questioning American steadfastness because of U.S. performance in Angola. General George Brown has told the House Armed Services Committee Portugal has told the U.S. it might as well recognize the pro-Soviet faction in Angola, since the United States has cut off aid to the pro-Western factions in that African nation. A day earlier, the House joined the Senate in voting to end American aid to anti-Soviet factions in Angola. A 5-officer Naval Discharge Board has recommended that an admitted homosexual, Ensign Vernon Berg, be discharged less than honorably from the Navy. Berg immediately announced that he'll appeal the recommendation made by the board in Norfolk, Virginia. He says he'll carry his case to the federal courts if necessary. The decision by the Discharge Board climaxes a week-long hearing during which Ensign Berg, who was the son of a Navy chaplain, had challenged Navy regulations requiring the discharge of homosexuals. President Ford's nomination of W.J. Ussery as Labor Secretary has been approved overwhelmingly by the Senate Labor Committee. On a vote of 15-1, the panel has sent the nomination to the full Senate, where easy confirmation is expected.